Okay, testing, testing. Yep, that looks good. Alright, I know the video probably says that this is listed as Tomba. This is going to be Banner Saga, the Banner Saga. Because I got this, finally, and I'm interested in playing it, so... I figured why not stream it a bit, because I don't really do strategy on this, on most of my videos. I do action, I do FPS, I don't really do, strategy. I don't do anything that's turn-based, I don't believe. Like, pretty much everything I do is action. So I figured, why not show it off? Why not see what it's like? And yeah, let's just dive right into this. Okay, hang on. Testing. The audio seems okay. View stats. Gate. Oh, I don't have it. I thought that said gamepad for a second. Really? Huh. That is kinda loud. It's loud on my end. It should be fine. Right. Is no one gonna narrate this? Okay. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant, Jotun, survived a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðan vor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
You can tell the difference between the Jotun and the humans. Just look at how small the humans are comparative to them. It's just like, yeah, these are giants. These are Jotun. Also, they are Nordic. They are Nordic, so they're going to speak Nord. Maybe some Celt. Some Celt, some Nord, maybe some Swedish. Yeah, that's Jotun. They don't need battering rams, they just open the door. Did you see that that last guy. He hits the shield, it tonks, and he looks up like, oh shit. Oh shit. That's not gonna work. I don't know what you just said, buddy, but okay. look at this guy. He's just in the back like, fuck this, I'm gonna lean on the post and... mod content. Hang on, I need to... you've the chieftain in red. Red? Chieftain in red and is meant. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's a nice parallel. That's a burr. What's a burr doing here? You know what? It's better not to ask. There's dogs. I think one of them's dead. And also, this looks about right for a banquet hall. Oh. These portraits. Order initiative. From left to right. Allies are blue, enemies are red. Derp. Hang on, I need to... Okay. So, that's him, then him, right? No. Why is he blonde in this picture, but he has red hair? You know what, better not to ask. So him, then him, then him, then one of these dips, then him again, then another one of these dips. Movement happens before action. Okay. More tiles than others, yes. The horned allies are a race of giants called the Varl. Okay, so they're not Jotun, they're Varl, apparently. Fill a single tile. This can have... Right. I'm probably gonna keep calling them Jotun anyway, but... or break his armor. Number 2 and 5 showed the damage that will do. I have this. It's both damage and health. Oh dear me. Move further, hit harder, perform your ability, but does not replenish. Oh dear me. Amount of willpower you can use. This should instantly kill him. Strength counts as both strength and damage. A loss of 2... right, okay. Armor break. Blocks. Improve your characters, got it. After taking an action, high armor. One. And I smack him. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. Use it wisely. Thump, thump, thump. His combat options include move, his tooltip, tempo slam, slam up. Almost up. 1 moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Much. Normal strength damage to 2 adjacent enemies going clockwise from targets. So, this way around. That's not clockwise. This is clockwise. That... Unless... I don't know. Shouldn't... Clockwise should be that way. Should be right. Should be right to left. I don't care. You know what? I don't care. When there's only one enemy left, player enters pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there's no more guaranteed turns. What? During pillage, each character moves in order, and there's no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative, see how to move twice in a row. If he can rest to regain 1. Won't be able to use. Exertion. This is exertion. Wick. Achievement for Hawk. Things.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head.
He's not wrong.
I am in a bad way, my friend.
Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Wise man. And a smart one at that. Only the sun has stopped. Alright, one moment. Your approach. The familiar man. And step with you. I just screwed that up, didn't I? Or... oh. Even is it? I want to take a moment and just look at how... what would be the word? Bedraggled? Look at how this man is. His features are sliding down his face and he looks tired. This is a very simple art style, but it works. No shading, just pure lines and color. You didn't hack up the Great Hall. Didn't hack the Great Hall. This we have to worry about. I know who can tell us. Sorry, friend's having a bad day, and I need to focus on him before I focus on games. Friends come before other stuff. Renowned. I think this is morale, supplies, days, options. Is there a way to save? Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Open-faced houses? I haven't seen those in a long time. Colored canvases flap, right? One man with a particular... one man in a particular bunch. Hard, I'm not in the mood today. For what? The Scaffolding's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, had. So when you tell me what Atrin is, the rest of them crawl back to no one. Just gonna try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Say nothing. Overturns his flimsy tables. Assortment of junk. Gods. Eric. Lay. Hey, don't you think? Where are the scalp? I'm not even gonna try. I'm not going to try. Nobleman up by the east wall. But that was months ago, last I know. Soaks away with a wave. gathering things from his hovel, disappearing full till this blows over. Are we done here? Gunnulf? Gunnulf? Were you wearing green back in the Great Hall? No, I just bought them while you were walking around. Why? No reason. It's like, I'm just making sure I'm not losing my mind. That man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he's used to... If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Dolmen is a mean hall. As I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of the skulls into the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Where is this place? Halfway up the hill towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual. I'll remember. Yeah, this ain't Tome, but this is Banner Saga. I got it today, and I decided, you know what, this is a game that has some story and it looks interesting. Why not stream it? Plus, I wanted to, Mercer wasn't around, you weren't around, so I figured I'd just do it for myself and leave calling cards around in case someone wanted to drop in. Wanted to try a strategy game over another action game. Alright, is there something else that I need to do now? That I can do? You arrive in front of what must be the nobleman. A few minutes later... Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Volgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? They ran into a mead house, says Volgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Our boots open the front door so hard it won't close again without repair. Oh, come on, man. That's not cool. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalflings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Well, this is the first. Yeah, I do things in order as best I can, so this is the first one. And there he is again, just hanging back. Move freely through allies. Return the favor. Getting hit triggers counterattack for 1 armor damage. Heavy impact. Enemies adds 1 armor. Can I not? Oh, I can't attack diagonally. Oh, it hurts my own guy. I need to be careful about that. Okay. Jeebus. You stop that. That's a sound. End him. Ah, bollocks. As you deflect this. Yeesh, both of my Varl went down. Yes. Once bitten, I've got to wash off this blood. Hang on. So, when better I know well. Next for Val Kingship, last we spoke. With the flag, looks important. Yeah, important guess. See what I deal with all day long. Things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the... Not me, the governor. And I have to make sure there's no more rotten bodies or pool of entrails. Still, great hole before they come. I ask one more favor. What is it? If I happen to star our guests down at the docks, I wouldn't object. Yeah, well. Also from the meat house, to his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spare civil for the mess. Give apologetics. Great. Volgan? Or is it Volgnir? Familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger virgin tramping the halls of Grofheim, abandoned in purpose. God, you look ancient. Comes with being old. And if there's, well, there must be Håkon. Must there be? Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks? At what age do you lose your sense of shame? Joe demands it. I'll take that overlingering to death. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Ebering, in fact. I'm glad for it. Håkon motions the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin? You know, I have no idea. Half of these words I do not recognize. We visit his capital, he visits ours. That's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Håkon has it. Or Håkon? Håkon? I don't know. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Håkon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I finished my business in Strand. I was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'll drink a week away. But, let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mo? I can have him find a place to put the warriors. I'm heading to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. Recognize a few, others are strangers to you. I guess we're off to find more. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be alone. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low-lit eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling legs from spiders. The long road back from Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Oh. Weariness settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it's been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Vognir's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Håkon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Okay, that's sleep. That's meeting the prince. That's him. Let's go drinking. Skivnir. I've never heard that word before. It's going to drive me nuts. You find Håkon in a mead house surrounded by other Varro. Surround is no stranger to Varro, but rarely sees this many. Håkon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Vognir is the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre? Every year I make my rounds collecting taxes. Every year there's a human settlement that gives me trouble. No surprise. What was it this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Humans. I guess I only lived as long as the ox fought. I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Håkon. Let's slip a loach. Any Jarl would recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Should play more sword and sorcery games. You'd be used to words like Nordic words where nah. I play enough sword and sorcery games, heavy on the sorcery. Soon enough, I imagine. Drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back out into the cool air outside. Alright, let's meet this prince. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varro who must be working for London. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludden. Yes? You're with Vognir? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir for a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Then looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. Crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fun company. What do you want? I have a habit of recording history. That's actually true about me. Scrivener. Fancy word for scribe or clerk. Oh, I'm a clerk. Well, makes sense for the feather. A Varl historian. And don't you already know? Your king and mine are both have been practically trumpeted trumpeted throughout the cities. I've been on the road for a while, I'm afraid. London takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ingracious, you are uncertain. Maybe both. A formality mostly. Wagner, came to our capital in Aberang. Now we go to the viral capital of Grofheim to cement the Grand Alliance for the next age of man and Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damn cold up here. You get a sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. And to bed. At dawn, you are woken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell when with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply ladders. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner's already there. A while later, London and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Morg steps forward. Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. Yes, if you're ready to depart, we are ready. Fall and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gate would be enough to enter Lee's city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarized Strand as well as a whole, you think? Moral declined. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Morg, cracking open mead casks. From our gracious friend, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with riot? I need my glasses. Rauncous laughter as the mead passes through the camp. Drink a little, drink a lot. Toast Wagner. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and Varl. The others join. Len's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually sit down by Wagner's side. Drink. Thanks for the speech, slurs Wagner. Thanks for the speech. Even Jotun gets drunk. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Morg. Thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? No, he leaned on the door and practically begged us to go kill people. He tried. Then he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, it turns out. I'd have given the job to you too. God, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Ludden? Hopefully the boy goes back to Aberang on his own. And I can take out some frustration on the dredge or something. Starting to sound like Hatton, or Hacken. You don't like life as a diplomat? Don't you miss the fight, human? You down your meat instead of replying. Faulkner sloshes and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Drudge. But this... Pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be, warriors would follow you for what you've done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Vognir. Vognir stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. Your eye is gravelly. The campsite, a casualty of merriment. Morg is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludden stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge Vognir. You're needed. Ah, it's Ludden. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Vognir releases a caged yawn. Receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? We're only 2 days out of Strange, you know. Come, I'll show you on the map. Now we learn about a map. World map. Drag the map to look around. The portrait icon shows where your caravan is in the world. You can also tap any locations and get some history about it. Once you're done, tap the X at the bottom of the screen. Spine Isle. What the f- As close as anything comes to a bastion of racial tolerance, both men and Varl compete to scratch out living in this, the biggest trade city along the west coast. So pretty exciting character you're playing, an elderly tax collector. Yeah, that's about right. You laugh. I did that once. I played an elderly tax collector in Warhammer 40k. It was oh god, not Deathwatch. It was I'm trying to think which one it was. It was the one where you play Imperial agents. I played a tax collector with a typewriter that's built into his fucking armor. It was beautiful. Named by unimaginative explorers. The right foot. Long snowfields, tall mountains, and sparse woods of Haran. Is that Haran? Used to be the gathering place of Dredge during the Second Great War. As Vars pushed them to the northward, ever northward, they took the land and settled it for themselves, preferring the cold expanse over the warm, busier lands of Man to the south. Now the Torrent is almost entirely Varl. The Wandering Road. At the end of the had more contend with. it takes nearly 3 days to cross by foot. Holy shit, that's a long-ass bridge. It's bigger than some, like, cities. Legend goes on then. By filling the gorge with the bodies of dredge and working on top of them. That... Wormtoe... Where are we heading again? That's Skyhorn. That's Greyhorn. It has Kingsborough. Where the flip is the place that I need to go? Oh, Grofheim, the giant letters that say Grofheim that usually are reserved for the freaking region. The last home of the Vraux, seat of their power, founded by second king. Quite. I have no idea. Dredge are just things that popped out of the ground apparently and started attacking everything after the gods had died. Question mark. Giant question mark. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. We're gonna be a long march. We should have drank last night, Levin. Why not take us to Skymere Stead? What's the point of marching? Euban, the Silverstone Bay is cooked. It is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice. It would tear up longships. Too bad though. We could have shown you the wonders of Skymere Stead. A half-sucking city crawling with dredge, Prince. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? London exhales through the nose. A poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside a tent flap as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. London's got a shorter wick than Hacken. Thanks, Wagner. Let's get moving. Another half day if we're lucky. Alright, I need to find a way to save. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travels, you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items to the hero's tent. Oh, excuse me. It's time. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve caravan's morale. High morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. Training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite. Let me get back on the road. It seems to autosave, but how do I manual save? Can I manual save? I need to go. I need to take care of things and restart the stream anyway, so I will come back to this after a while. Press button. End stream.